what we are looking at today is the last minute move by the federal government to stop the End Bad Governance protests in Nigeria. The Nigerian government has again appealed to the prospective End Bad Governance protesters to reconsider their plans and acknowledge the key institutional advancements achieved under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration over the past 13 months. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, made this statement following the Federal Executive Council meeting on Monday, chaired by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the Council Chamber of the State House in Abuja. Okay, Idris restated that the position of the council was that most of the demands the would-be protesters made were being addressed by the Nigerian government, and that it was in the view of the government, it was in the view of the government that the protest was no longer necessary. He said that the Nigerian leader was already protesting on behalf of the youths by ensuring that food was being made available and deliberate rebates were being given on some food such as rice that is being sold at about 50% of its cost. At the last council meeting, according to him, we announced that 20 trucks of relief supplies had been provided to state governors for distribution to the poorest members of society. Additionally, the government has taken further steps to alleviate hardship by offering bags of rice at approximately 50% of their cost. These bags are being sold for 40%, 40,000 naira, according to him, each at various centers across all states of the federation. These centers have been established so that those in need can purchase rice at the subsidized rate. He said that in the first instance, about 10 trucks have been made available to each of the states of the federation as an interim measure and necessary first steps to support states in food supply to citizens. Indeed, this is just to begin. I know that some of the comments you hear are that it is never enough. The government has not pretended that these supplies are indeed enough, but these are necessary first steps that are being made, and more such interventions are being made in the interim. Of course, this is an interim measure because there is not much investment going into the agricultural sector. With the rainy season here, we expect the prices of food items to come down in investment as investments are made, not just in traditional agricultural produce, but also in irrigation activities across many states in the federation. So we expect that we move forward. We expect that as we move forward, the prices of food items and commodities will come down. The minister also mentioned the disbursement of student loans and adequate provision for over 2 million students who may subsequently apply for the government support for tertiary education through the scheme. Idris further disclosed that the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is concluding plans to ensure that 3 million Nigerian youths are employed through the government's MTT programs. There will also be a reduction in cost of general public, in cost for the general public when the Nigerian government CNG initiative takes, full effect. There will also be a reduction in cost for general public when the Nigerian government CNG initiative takes, full effect. That is according to what the minister said. Okay, according to him, some of these buses have been imported and some conversion kits are already available. The conversion centers are beginning to become active. The delays are because procurement processes must be followed and orders placed. It is envisaged that as we transition from fossil fuel to renewables, transportation costs will reduce by 60%, he explained. The minister affirmed that citizens have the democratic right to engage in peaceful protests, and the government does not oppose this. However, he cautioned against protests that may be hijacked and lead to violence. Yes, it is actually advised that the protesters should shun violence and should also ensure that it is not hijacked by hoodlums. Okay, now these are last minute solutions that the federal government is actually putting in place to ensure that the protest is averted. however However, it is actually coming a bit late. Okay, but if the government can be resolute and ensure that these things are done and consistently so, then I see that after the protest, things will actually turn for the better. Thank you very much.